We're not seeing individuals, we're not seeing the specifics of the given circumstances, and I don't know if you can.
If I want to get anything out of 10 weeks, from my opinion to you, to everybody, is cops are people just like everybody else.
Everything boils down to fear.
100%.
The moment a civilian sees a cop car, you don't even have to be pulling them over. Their heart jumps.
Just because we wear that uniform, we have to account for everything that goes wrong. Meanwhile, there's 30,000 of us that every day do the right thing, do good stuff, and you never hear about it.
It's true that there's bad eggs in every job, in every corner of the world, and not everybody on our job is a good person. That's just a fact. That's a fact of life. But 99.9% of the police officers that put that uniform on did it for one reason, because they want to help you.
I've never had a cop shoot me. I've had cops point guns at me. I've had cops, for very, very, very minor crimes or whatever, point guns at me. It's like, whoa, am I gonna die because I'm drinking a 40 ounce in this park right now? I've had those experiences.
There's no way to describe what the next 9 weeks are going to be about because they're different with every single group. And the fact that you have either voluntarily or voluntoldedly put yourselves on the line like this is fantastic.
I came into it with as few preconceptions as is possible.
I was told to come to Irondale. I didn't really have a choice. I had no idea what it was.
I came in pretty decidedly pro-cop.
I didn't know we were doing improv or singing or all this other stuff.
I honestly thought it was going to be a bunch of cop bashing and we were going to have to defend ourselves, and it was going to be a very ugly, rough couple of 9 weeks.
Nobody liked us being the cops, and I was looking at them now I don't like them because they don't like me.
I hope that they see me as not just a police officer, but a person.
I always saw the police as being a threatening, menacing force in our society.
I was more intrigued of being able to have a conversation with police officers in a different element.
How much can you challenge? Go beyond seeing with just your eyes, so you're using your whole body to see. How much of a mirror can you make it? Can you mirror the facial expression? And relax. Okay.
Actors are taught to talk and listen to each other from the first day you're pushed out on stage. That's what you're beaten with, is talk to each other, listen to each other, and create the relationship. And if we can start to extrapolate some of these techniques that an actor is taught to use, then we're gonna have more effective policing, we're gonna have more effective relationships with community members, and I think that that's what acting's about.
They come out of their car, guns drawn.
Please don't move.
It was at that moment that I was most afraid.
I'd been watching the Eric Garner video over and over and over again.
Don't touch him, please.
The girl came over, gave us a bag of baby shit.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
And just getting increasingly angry and then sort of being numb to the violence, I started watching it almost as a theater piece and saying, this is some bad acting going on here. These people are not talking to each other. There's so many clear signals that they're not picking up on, and look at the result. It's tragic, and it's really about miscommunication.
Every cop that I've seemingly spoken to don't understand what discrimination is, don't understand, or seemingly don't understand what privilege is. It feels like there should be a better understanding of how their actions affect the community.
You learn the job on the street. That's just the bottom line. You learn the neighborhood you police in. You learn who the players are, the good people, the bad people. That is how you become an effective police officer. Not by reading a history book about what happened in 1625 or 1750 or whatever. You might know a little bit of the history of the job, but that doesn't make you a better police officer. Maybe for your business it does, and I'm sure it does, but to be a good, effective cop, you have to learn that on the streets. Okay.
8 seconds, maybe that was the best one so far.
The John and Juan relationship was really interesting because they were the most, in some ways they were the most hurtful to each other, but at the same time they've developed a real bond.
We butted heads a lot. He came off as very anti-police, but believe it or not, as much as we butted heads, I think I've grown closer to him than pretty much anybody here because we butted heads so much.
He's just challenged every anti-police thought that I've had, and I've challenged every pro-police thought that he's had, right? And so when we have those discourses, you know, it's in an effort to empathize and add additional context and understand. And so I would generally agree that in totality, we've sort of helped build each other and helped the other person understand the other side.
I begrudgingly may have learned a few things, but, you know, and what I think I've learned from him is almost mirror images of what I hope he's learned from me. He stands by his beliefs. I think he's willing to learn and he's willing to bend a little, even though he didn't come off that way. But he's always trying to stir the conversation. He's always trying to make things happen, and you have to respect that.
I can't say my relationship with police officers is going to improve tomorrow, but I do say that I can at least empathize with them a bit more than probably what I did when I first started the program.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse, criticize and accuse. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada. Come together right now. Keep that. Come together right now. Come together right now. Come together right now. Over me.
Yeah, I have more of an understanding of civilians, and I see more where they're coming from, knowing the experiences that they've had with police officers. That's the certain reason why some of them may not like police officers, or, you know. So just seeing that and just seeing what certain people have been through, I have a better understanding of why they feel the way they feel.
I think feel a touch better, or is everyone going to go out and love the cops? I don't know. Me personally, I'm pushing myself more to be even more community oriented, talk to everyone on the street, even if they're giving me the side eye or some stink face. I still go over, say, hey, what's going on, and try to break the barrier.
What I got out of this was that everybody just wants a little bit of respect, the public and the police. And I think that's what a lot of people here got out of it.
You know, it's different looking at us from the other side. Like, you know, I'm a cop, but I'm also a mom, and I have kids. So it's like, but I didn't think it was so bad until I started hearing the stories from everybody. But now it's like, okay, now I see your point. You don't know where we're coming from, and we don't know who you are or what you're doing or where you're coming from.
You know what's funny? In 10 years when I retire, and then 10 years after that, this is gonna be something I remember. There was weird times, there's uncomfortable times, and you just had to get over it. Singing in front of people, never. Definitely go out of your comfort zone. It was a great opportunity, I think. And I'm thankful for whoever volunteered me to be here. I still don't know.
I would be surprised if there's anyone here who says their views haven't changed in some regard. But I'd like to talk to our group a year from now, 5 years from now, and 10 years from now, because that's really what it's about. We're all in the glow of the moment. And I think I've learned lifetime lessons, but you don't really know until you let it marinate for a few years, and then look at it again.
Change doesn't happen overnight. It's not like in 9 weeks we're going to have tremendously enlightened police officers and tremendously enlightened community members. That's not going to happen. But these people take this experience and they'll go off and they'll talk to their peers. And maybe one of the civilians will say, you know, not all cops are bad. I've been with a bunch of cops who I quite like. And that sows seeds. So I think change happens incrementally and it happens in secret.